A few months ago, I got an absolute boom of ads for AI personal trainers. And as an actual personal trainer certified, I'm wondering if my job is being threatened. It can be hard for people to access personal trainers. I'm going to ask ChatGPT 7 fitness questions. These are common fitness questions, typically a beginner might ask them. And they're in 3 different categories based on how hopeful I am that they will give a somewhat correct response. I know people that don't use Google anymore. They just ask ChatGPT questions. Stick around to the end because I also just happened to sign in and saw the create image button, and that has made me curious. But before I fully jump into it, I do want to say that I have used ChatGPT twice before in my life. And I am not very well versed in it, so there's definitely a chance that I just am asking the wrong questions. Also, I understand the environmental impact that AI has, which is part of the reason why I haven't really done all that much with it before. And so I will try to place as few queries, ask as few questions as possible to kind of minimize the environmental impact that I'm having. Lastly, I know that there are, as I mentioned in the intro, actual AI fitness things that have likely been trained on more fitness content. If you're interested in me making a follow-up with a specific fitness AI, I'm happy to do that. This is just what I felt most comfortable starting with. All right, for the first category, please don't mess this up. I'm kind of scared. Oh, lovely. Right at the bottom. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. Lovely, lovely. We're starting off on a great note. All right, my first question is, what is the best form of exercise for beginners? It has 8 and tips for getting started. This might be better than I thought. I don't know. Okay. Number 1, walking. Cool. Body weight strength training. And it gives examples. Yoga or Pilates. Yeah. Swimming or water aerobics. Cycling. Dancing. Beginner cardio. Strength training with light weights. I wouldn't say anything's wrong. I'll give it a 9. There's room for improvement. I just said focusing on stability, exercises to promote balance, stability, core work, machine exercises like weighted machines at the gym are better. It pose less risk of injury than dumbbells or barbells. I think it's important to differentiate between you don't need to start in 150 minutes because that might be a lot for some people. And so some of the research I found of the minimum, just start with just a little bit and work your way up. All right, the questions get more difficult, so we'll see. Is it okay for my knees to go over my toes in exercises like squats and lunges? It's right. And it's explaining. Why is it an essay every time it tells me? Okay. Yes, it's generally safe for your knees to go over your toes during squats and lunges, as long as it happens naturally and without pain. The idea that knees should never pass the toes is an outdated myth based on oversimplified biomechanics. Why is ChatGPT spitting facts right now? Okay, I'm scared. Why it's okay, how to ensure proper form, and when it might be a problem, and tips for beginners. If the last one was a 9 out of 10, this was a 10. Does lifting weights make you bulky? I don't know if I like this. Toned? Why is ChatGPT saying toned? ChatGPT. And they are correct. They're saying that even for men, achieving a bulky physique often requires intentional effort over time. And that does line up with the research that I found you can gain about a pound of muscle a month. Something that I don't really like are the type of training. They're saying that high reps with moderate weights focus on endurance and toning muscles. I don't like the word toning. We'll get to that in a second. And also that heavy lifting with lower reps promotes strength and can lead to muscle growth. I really don't like the word tone. There isn't a toning pathway in your body and a building muscle pathway. Like, your body just builds muscle. Those two are the same thing. In ChatGPT, they're saying that you're more likely to tone with a higher rep, moderate weight than you are, but you're going to build muscle with a lower rep, higher weight. And that's been shown to be false. From 3 up to 20, maybe even 30, depending on what you're doing, reps, you can grow muscle in this range. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. All right, on to category 2. I would not be shocked if ChatGPT got this wrong, but for the sake of humanity, I hope they get some of it right. Okay, so question number 4 is, what method of stretching works best? They talked about dynamic stretching, static stretching, ballistic stretching, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation stretching. Wow. I'm impressed that they got that one. Active stretching and passive stretching. What method works best for me? So it says, before exercise, focus on dynamic stretching to warm up and prepare your body. After exercising, we want static stretching or PNF stretching. That's what's recommended to me by NASM when I'm creating people's programs. Generally, it probably will not hurt if you do it in a warm-up. It probably will not hurt if you do it in a cool down. It will definitely improve your range of motion, but we're also studying other types of movement that can improve your range of motion and probably doesn't decrease your risk of injury. It also might not increase your risk of injury. So we're kind of like on this topic. Does cardio kill muscle gains? I said reduce because it just felt unscientific to say kill. Some things I liked. I liked the emphasis on recovery, saying that too much cardio can lead to calorie deficit, hinder muscle recovery. Basically, eat enough food, recover, because otherwise that can cause issues. The thing I didn't love was the two optimal options were HIIT training, high intensity interval training, and LIST training, low intensity steady state. And you can't even see my hands. That's the difference between those two. I don't know if anything's particularly wrong. I think you would just want to clarify that you don't want to be doing that much HIIT because it can place a massive strain on your body. Scientifically, it is shown that some training can have a small negative effect on muscle growth compared to if someone was just strength training. You'd have to have very specific goals in mind for like this interaction to be a detriment. It is important to do both strength training and cardio training concurrently to just maintain a healthy body. So I'm gonna rank it an 8. Right, I believe. This one's a little bit more experimental. There isn't necessarily like a right and a wrong. So this question is, what are 5 gym terms that I should know before going for the first time? I'm gonna tell you what mine were before I see what ChatGPT's answers are. My 5, I started with repetitions or reps. It's generally the completion of one full exercise, a squat. And a set is the next one. A set is a group of about 3 to 20 repetitions of one exercise. A superset is 2 different exercises They might be related, they might be not related. I was on squats, so I did squats and bicep curls are performed back to back with no rest in between. So free weights are not machines. They're dumbbells, barbells. You need to load them yourself. Spotting basically means that either you are watching someone complete a set and you are ready to help get the weight off of them if they can't do it themselves. Wondering what ChatGPT is going to say to this question. Oh, first one is reps and sets. They put it together. Machines and free weights. Spotter is in the bonus tips. Cool. They added a bunch of bonus ones. I'll give it a 9. Well, second to last question. I want to see the most effective full body workout plan for a busy person with only 3 hours a week to work out whose goal is overall health. That's a mouthful. Let's see what we got. Okay. 3 days a week, 60 minutes per session. So it would be 40 minutes of strength, 15 minutes of cardio, and then 5 minutes of mobility and stretching at the end. Day 1, strength training. Warm up, 5 minutes. Dynamic stretches, arm circles, leg swings, body weight squats. Fine. Squat, push-up or bench press, bent over dumbbell row, deadlift, plank. Not horrible, okay. Cardio. High intensity interval training, and then stretch, quads, hamstrings, chest, and back. 2. Functional strength training. Push up to row. Jeff Nipper would give that one a huge thumbs down. What did I say? Based on information that I've learned from the National Academy of Sports Medicine, Jeff Nipper, Dr. Mike Yezertel, Peter Attia, and more. 5 days a week. And this is a beginner plan. I did not specify in ChatGPT that I was a beginner. That might be on me. I don't like cookie cutter plans. There's so many questions that I ask a client before I make them a plan that makes it really unique to them. So just like generating this plan, knowing only that I'm busy, I want to work out my whole body, and I have 3 hours a week, and I want to be overall healthy. And when I would ask at least 20 questions. So I said, Monday, 25-minute zone 2 cardio. Peter T has a great video on what zone 2 cardio is. Tuesday and Thursday would be a 60-minute full body dumbbell workout. And this would be the same workout out of the same thing. They mixed up a lot, but this I want to focus on progressive overload. Thursday, more 25-minute zone 2 cardio. Saturday, a 10-minute high intensity cardio. So whether it's a HIIT cardio, Tabata. So I did my full body dumbbell workout time-based to ensure that I hit the 60 minutes. ChatGPT just kind of like guessed what would take about 40 minutes. I selected dumbbells because they are the easiest to use without setting up machines. So first, very similar to ChatGPT, I agreed. Dynamic stretching like cardio. Warm up, 5 minutes. Then I threw in some balance and stability training. So they were doing some functional training. I'm just doing it a little bit differently. And I didn't love all the exercises that they picked. So my balance stability training first was a single leg RDL. So just one leg comes off the floor, opposite hand reaches for your toes. And then a squat jump with hold. So squat, jump up, land. For strength training, I did 2 circuits. Go through the circuit twice, 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off. Incline bench press, Romanian deadlift, single arm bent over row on both sides, and alternating reverse lunges. Circuit number 2 was back supported overhead shoulder press, bicep curls, squat, tricep push-ups, and weighted toe touches. 2 exercises of choice. They could be accessory exercises. I love a good lateral raise. I will do a lateral raise at the end of every single workout. 5-minute cooldown. I am curious if ChatGPT can generate me an image. Make me a picture, proper running technique. That's definitely more like sprinting, but yeah, cool. And he has the right amount of fingers. That's the one thing. AI apparently can't do hands. But this guy has hands. So overall, I mean, ChatGPT isn't that bad. Let me know if you want me to see how a like fitness AI, like actual fitness AI, one of those apps or whatever, would do against some common fitness questions. It lacks nuance, it lacks personalization, and it lacks a little bit of factualization. ChatGPT does not have the tools to like keep me accountable. It's not a person that can support me in my journey, but the information is relatively accurate. I know if there's anything I could do better. I'm totally open to criticism. If you liked the video, you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon, I'm sure.